After 3 years of blockades, the border between Syria and Jordan has finally opened. Why is this a big deal? WION's West Asia Bureau Chief Daniele Pagani reports.
The main border crossing between Jordan and Syria has finally reopened. The Jabr Gate had been closed since 2015 when anti-Assad armed groups took control of the Syrian southern governorates of Daraa and Quneitra. The Syrian government and its Russian allies launched an offensive in July, and after days of bombing, anti-Assad forces surrendered and abandoned all border crossings. The Jabr border crossing was one of the most important gateways for Syrian goods towards Gulf countries, a vital market for every country in West Asia. When the gate was opened, cities and people living here were all employed and well off.
Almost 7,000 to 8,000 trucks. They came from almost all the Arab countries, including Jordan. This is the main border crossing to Syria for all Arab countries. This is a vital location for Jordan.
The closure of the border took a heavy toll on Jordan, which is estimated to have lost trade worth $1 billion. All cafes and restaurants on the Amman-Damascus highway were abandoned, and they still lie in disarray, with some functioning as shelter for Syrian families waiting to go back to their homeland.
I remember about the work. We used to work a lot and we used to get paid very well. And I used to make more than $100 a day. Since they closed, more than 300 members of our extended family became unemployed.
It was common among Jordanians to leave in the early hours of Fridays to go to Syria, buy all sorts of goods, and enjoy lavish lunches in Damascus. The reopening of the Jabr border crossing is crucial for entire West Asia. Lebanon will now get to transport goods through Syria and Jordan. When the Syrian war started, authorities in Beirut were forced to resort to sea shipment, which are more expensive and time-consuming. Jordan and Syria agreed to reopen the border only for commercial purposes. Civilians will still have to wait before being allowed to cross. But hopes are running high as locals see finally some light at the end of the tunnel.
The
people of this area are really happy for the reopening. They're very happy. God willing, things will be better at all levels, and especially from a political point of view between Jordan and Syria, and our families in both the countries. Jordanians are hospitable towards Syrians, and God willing, I will be the first visitors to Syria.
It also raises hope among Syrians in Jordan that they may finally get back home.
First of all, I would like to thank God for the reopening of the border crossing. It was about time for Syrians to have the opportunity to go back home safely.
The petrol pump where I'm staying might have been one of the busiest of the entire country of Jordan. Why so? Because it is located on the Amman to Damascus highway, a road which used to be called here in Jordan the International Highway. This was one of the busiest roads of the country before the closing of the border, and all the inhabitants of the neighboring areas really hope that reopening the border, at least for commercial purposes, would bring back lifeline to an area which has been severely affected by the Syrian crisis and the impossibility to trade between Jordan and Syria. From the border between Jordan and Syria, Daniele Pagani for WION.